Hello, everybody. So I have the pleasure to have here with us Jean-Claude Biver for the Trust in Innovation Roundtable around NFTs and how the watch industry is evolving with these new technologies. So as you all know, Jean-Claude Biver is a pioneer in the watch industry in Switzerland. He was CEO of LVMH watches together with some previous assignment with different brands. So he's the best person for guiding us towards this new revolution. So Jean-Claude, thank you very much for making this possible. We know that you are not in Geneva, so you came through a recorded video conference, but I would like just to welcome you into the event and ask you, what is your views of this new amazing technology, which, as you know, is a lot of hype in one side, but it's a lot of opportunity in others. So maybe you can give us your views as an expert on this industry, the watch industry.
Yes, thank you very much, Carlos, for this small interview and question. Yes, I think the NFT has, for watches and for art in general, has an enormous future. And especially for watches. Why? Because the watch making art has disconnected from the necessity to tell you what time it is. Most of the luxury watches are really not made just to read what time it is. And the timing is a secondary. It was very important in the 19th century, beginning of the 20th, because that was the only reason to have a watch. It was to know what time it is. Today, time is everywhere, on every railway station, in every airport, on every computer, on every phone. You have on every car, the indication of time is everywhere. So we have learned to disconnect a little bit from the necessity to tell what time it is. We have other elements, and the other elements are so more important. And what are they? They are, for instance, quality, art, tradition, culture, emotion, dreams, beauty, design. All these elements are today much more important than the indication of time. And therefore, I think NFT has an enormous, is the successor, because on NFT, you don't need to be owner of the 3-dimension. The 3-dimension is an accessory. Eventually, you can buy both. You can have an NFT, and then later on, you could eventually also buy the 3-dimension. But it's not a necessity. It's accessory. So many people will never want to have the 3-dimension, because with the NFT, you have somehow, you also connect to eternity. Art, a watch that is part of a piece of art is eternal, but NFT is also eternal. Both are connecting you or the owner to eternity. So therefore, I think it is extremely interesting for the watch industry to enter the NFT. And I think they are already, and we have done it together, the first Hublot watch that was sold as an NFT piece of art. So I am a big believer in the NFT, but not only for watches, but in general. I'm a believer of NFT. I think it's just a genius evolution of the technology. Still, many people don't understand what it means. Many people don't see how important it is, but that's always with the novelties. And every innovation, every creativity in the beginning is not shared by everybody. That's the definition. That means why? That means it is great when not many people are understanding it from the first day on, but people will follow, and NFT in a few years will be like a standard for in the watch industry.
Do you think the new generation that they are now sitting on cryptocurrencies, the new generation will be inclined to enter into the NFT even before buying a watch? Do you think this is a trend that is happening now?
I think the new generation might be more interested in the new, I'm surprised when with Tag Heuer we launched the connected watch, and we were planning that we would eventually conquer a new clientele, the younger people with the connected watch. And you know what? It was not the case. The young generation, we find out, has no interest for classical watches. Yes. And I think it's even the same for, or somehow the same for other connected watches. The new generation had really not the biggest interest. The biggest interest was people between 35 and 55 years old. So for the new generation, that might be a great entry point in the watches through NFT. From NFT, they might go to the 3D. Why not? So I see there a clear opportunity.
And this is something actually the auction houses will also have an opportunity to play into this NFT role by auction NFTs, right? Companies like Sotheby's, like Philips, like Christie's, they see a new opportunity. What is your views on that?
I'm sorry, my connection is bad.
The role of the auction,
the question.
The role of the auction houses like Philips. Yes. How do you see their role in this NFT?
For the auction houses, it's a wonderful tool to promote auctions. Number one, and number two, to promote, of course, NFT. I think it's a perfect match between auction houses and NFT. It's exactly what they would need, and it promotes both. It promotes the auction, and auction has also to be promoted. There is an evolution in the way auction houses are functioning. There is an evolution also of the people. More and more young people are entering into the auction business, and therefore auction houses have to modernize, they have to adapt, and they have to conquer this new generation. And through the NFT, it might be a great way to get into this new clientele.
Okay, so thank you very much, Jean-Claude Biver. Your visionary views on NFT will help the industry to accelerate and will also bring the world together, the watch and the digital watch and the digital industry together. Thank you very much for your time, and it was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you, Carlos. Have a nice meeting. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All the best.